Good morning, my name is Thomas Hammer Tveit. I'm the project manager for LC here at the Ahlsell project. When you ask about the uniqueness of this project, well, first of all, foremost, it's the biggest logistics project in Norway ever in one go. You have bigger projects somewhere else, but they have been built in different stages. So this is the biggest one in one stage, and that's super exciting. And there is a combination of a regular warehouse, automation warehouse, and a highway area, and that combination puts about some special challenges. It's a bit more complex, and the actors are, the technical systems are a bit more complex, and also especially the floor solutions are rather much more complex than we are used to. So it just sort of ups the game for all the parties in the project, and that's both exciting and challenging and fun. So it's mostly things we know about from before, but the setup and the mix is new, and that's part of the challenge and part of why it's important for us to have the best players available as part of our team. The relationship between LC and PRIMX came about at a very early stage in this project. It was one of the first parties we reached out to when we were to put together this offer for Ahlsell. And throughout the project there has been a number of changes for requiremms, and that has put a lot of strain on Uldis to be able to adapt to the shifting requirements, but there's been a degree of service and response and focus on providing solutions that I've appreciated very much, and that's been a very important part of our dialogue with Ahlsell, and to demonstrate that we are able to accommodate their requirements, as especially the automation solution has been developing throughout the project. The load capacities that we supplied to the project was given on the basis of the initial description of the project. And then the client has developed their automation solution, and that has impacted on what we have to supply with regards to the floors and the load capacities we have to supply. And in that respect, the ability from PRIMX to be able to adapt to those shifting requirements has been a very useful help to us, so that we have been able to move the solutions according with the shifting requirements from the client.
Which also means reflects on our capacity of having engineers.
Absolutely. We're looking to find partners in any project with experience and know-how within their work field, and PRIMX has really demonstrated that approach with their ability to come up with new solutions, being able to shift to the conditions in the project, which have now been changed from what we thought originally, and that constructive approach that you have shown to us and the project has been a great ease of mind, because it's been a very proactive way of handling the different challenges we've had in the project.
What would be 3 words that would describe your cooperation with PRIMX?
Solutions, know-how, flexibility. I could find a few more words also, but again, this proactiveness, this attitude to, well, how can we solve it? Mm-hmm. And how can we demonstrate how we can improve on the basis solution? It's been sort of a eagerness to move forward and to add value, and that's been appreciated very much by LC and us, but also from the client's point of view, because it demonstrates a know-how, and it makes also the client understand that PRIMX and LC, we know what we're talking about, so they can have confidence in the solutions we supply. And that's very important, because most clients, they only do this one-off. Even though Ahlsell in this case, they do multiple projects, but there are new persons, new parties taking part in this process every time. For the process to move forward, it's important to establish a level of trust. And in that respect, PRIMX has been a very significant part of that, especially with regards to the floor solutions. I think the term added value is something that is a focus term for us in LC, both when we look at the project team we put together, but obviously that's what we want to supply also to our customers. In this particular project, where we are both the developer and the turnkey contractor, we are able to see the project in a more complete scope. We can provide solutions to the customer beyond the actual physical project. We are able to shift solutions maybe more easily when we are both the developer and the contractor. So I think even though contracting is our core business, the added value in this respect, at least very typically, is that we have provided the site, we have a greater scope in the project. You are a very competitive partner in the project. You are able to come to the table with high technical skill. It's competitive price level. You are able to shift to shifting conditions in the project, which always happens, but it's how you approach that in a constructive and positive manner. And there's also very early on from my side a degree of trust established between the parties, so that we are able to fix both the financial dimension but also production processes. It's obviously important for us that in production that we can trust that the parties are on time and their part of the process is being produced in a safe and orderly fashion and finished when it's expected to be. And in that respect, I think PRIMX has delivered on all counts. So that's part of sort of easing one's mind, and there are so many things to focus on in such a project. So every partner who tells me what they are going to do and then does what they said they were going to do is a perfect match. So in that respect, I'm super happy with having PRIMX on board.